So a few weeks ago, maybe it was a couple of months ago, one of my fellow volunteers at the West Lothian Bike Library was asking about my HSD and how good it would be for hill climbing. He lives up the top of the hill I'm going to, or somewhere up near the top of the hill that I'm going to head up, and he was asking how my HSD would cope with getting up the hill. So I thought I'd come out this morning. It's quite a nice sort of autumn morning, some nice colours in the trees, and I thought I'd give it a go, see how I get on getting up this hill. I think I've only done this hill once before, and that was way back not long after I got this bike, which is almost 4 years ago now. In a couple of months time, I'll have had this bike for 4 months. Another consideration is that in a couple of months time I'll have knocked up my 70th birthday, so it'll be interesting to see how I get on going up the hill. Because the maximum assistance in turbo mode cuts out at round about 40 Newton meters, when you're putting a lot of effort into riding the bike, I'll set that going, that'll get me going there. When you're putting a lot of effort into riding the bike, you very quickly cut out of power assistance. Right. Just getting to the bottom of the hill here, round the bend. At the moment I'm in gear 3 and in eco mode. It's pumping up to tour. Down to second gear, bounce it into turbo mode, and we'll see how we get on getting up this hill. It's going to be mostly a bit heavy breathing. So in the steepest part of the hill now. I'm in first gear, lowest gear, and I'm in turbo mode. Unfortunately my cadence sensor hasn't connected. A car coming behind me. As much space as she could have given me. Actually, I'm getting up this hill a lot easier than I expected. I reckon I'm pedalling a cadence of probably around about 80-85. Another car coming, good grief. And that's it. I made it to the top of the hill. So here I am at the top of the hill. That didn't actually take me very long at all. I reckon from measuring it on the map it's somewhere between a 6 and a 7% gradient, and it goes on for about 800 metres. So it's, I mean, it's not the most taxing of hills, but I've ridden up steeper hills than that. As I said at the beginning, it's almost 4 years now, 3.5 years anyway, since I last rode up or cycled up this hill. So yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. And I reckon if you're watching this, Angus, you'll not have any problem if you decide to get a bike, if you get an HSD. There were some S8i's on reduced sale at reduced prices in some of the Tern dealers just over the past couple of months, probably in anticipation of the new S5i model coming out. The S5i is going to have a lot more torque assistance from the motor, but I'd be worried about that bottom gear. A 38-inch bottom gear for climbing a hill, that's way too long a gear for me. So I'm going to head back down by the old Bangor Hospital and sort of just do a wee loop back home. Right. So having taken the steep road up the side of the hill, the route I'm taking back down follows along the ridge back downhill. So it's a more gentle slope. This one's not too bad at all for riding up. It's just fairly long, and then I'll loop back up to the top of Nelburn Path and back down into Livingston, down the Nelburn Path. Oh, car coming. You just get gorgeous views from up here. The wide angle of the GoPro isn't going to pick it all up, but I can see as far as Arthur's Seat. In fact, I can see beyond Arthur's Seat right around to East Lothian. I think that's Traprain Law right on the very horizon. That's a good 40 miles away. Pretty cool. Looking down to our right over to the Pentland Hills, over the sheep there. Don't know how much that'll be picked up. And the Bathgate Hills to my left and my right, and behind me I should say. And I'm just freewheeling down the hill here. I guess here I could pack this up into 8th gear and pedal like blazes. Doing 36-37 kilometres an hour, so I mean that's not particularly fast. About 20, it's less than 20 miles an hour in top gear. This is probably about the only situation I would use the gears 7 and 8 on this bike. Freewheeling downhill is much more fun. At least it is now that I'm getting older. Guess there was a time I would have been going hell for leather down the hill, taking advantage of gravity. Swing round to the right past this farm on the right, up ahead. Then we go down past what was Bangor Village Hospital. The whole site now being redeveloped for housing a new village. Well, that was hard work, freewheeling all the way down the hill there. Ooh, a lot of broken glass in the path there. Right, it's Wester Deckham and the top end of Melbourne Path. Then we've got another wee uphill bit here. I'm going to bang it into turbo. I'm in second gear. Take it easy, these wet leaves are wet and slippy. One thing I did for this wee exercise, this wee trip, was to remove all the excess weight from my HSD. I've taken off the panniers, the transporter rack. Is it transport? No, the short bed tray it's called. And the box that I usually have attached to that. And I've taken off the hauler rack and the box that's usually attached to that from the front. And I wasn't anticipating stopping and having to lock the bike. So I left my lock at home as well. I'm now crossing the M8 motorway. I hate the noise that traffic makes. And I have to say that the bike feels very sprightly without all that extra stuff on it. If anyone watching this watched my 2-year review of this bike, which is now almost 2 years ago, must have been about 18-19 months ago that I did that video. It's actually one of my most watched videos, and I think it's probably influenced quite a few folk into their purchase decision of an HSD, from what I can make out. But towards the end of that review, I pointed to the front forks and suggested that these would be the determining factors in the life of this bike. And 2 years on, I am convinced that I was right in saying that. At the time I pointed out that there was just signs of wear showing on the stanchions, a little bit of rust showing, and a bit of stickiness. And sure enough, now with the bike almost 4 years old, the front forks are completely seized. There's not a single bit of bounce in them. Yeah, the forks are actually quite usable, totally seized up. But the nearest Tern dealer to me can't get them. I can't find them online. Dealer reckons that they're on probably all shipping to the new bike. It's the same fork on the new bike. So that's it. So the bike's usable, but it's just a bit jarring on the handlebars. So that's it. Thanks for riding with me. Hope this was useful to somebody. And you know who you are, Angus. So thanks for watching. Lost and Living.